السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والشكر لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. نشكر الله كثيرا that we came in and pray صلاة الصبح يا جماعة in the house of Allah. اللهم نسأله أن يبارك لنا وأن يتقبل صلاتنا وأن يحفظنا وأن يرزقنا طوال اليوم وطوال every other day إن شاء الله. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. I was still talking about when I was in the mall, right? Okay, and I kept on my t-shirt for another day, all right, just in case. So yesterday we talked about the Apollo program. We talked about Apollo program details, and we start talking about the space shuttle program. And now we know that space shuttle is a human space aircraft, carry human to space, not to the deep space, to the low orbit Earth, low Earth orbit, okay, low, 100 miles, 200 miles above the surface of the air, of the Earth. And the contract was between NASA and Rockwell. Boeing was not in the picture. We didn't really know Boeing yet at that time. It was Rockwell International. And the contract was to build 5 space shuttles. 5 space shuttles, okay? And Rockwell is responsible to design, fabricate, manufacture, test each vehicle before we deliver it to NASA. Okay, there's so many components on this on the space shuttle, thousands of components, small things here and there. Rockwell cannot do all of that stuff. No. So we were, or Rockwell, when I say we, because I was in Rockwell at that time. Rockwell was responsible, is the main contractor. Okay, NASA doesn't deal with anybody else, deals with Rockwell. Okay, we are the main contractor. Rockwell is the main and Rockwell subcontract other manufacturers, subcontract so many hundreds of other facilities and hundreds of of other manufacturers. That makes piece of the wing, that makes the tiles, that makes the nose, that makes this one, that makes the plumbing, all hundreds and hundreds. Okay, now, and as we said, there are five shuttles, right? And we named the shuttles. We named them. We say OV something, OV orbiter vehicle, OV orbiter vehicle. Okay, now you know. Orbiter vehicle, right? Okay, so we called the first one, which is the Enterprise, which was the test one. It's not really included in the 5. They didn't fly. The first one was Columbia, which was built in Palmdale, and we call it OV-102. Okay, because the Enterprise was OV-101. So Columbia was OV-102. Challenger was OV-99. Discovery was OV-103. OV-103, Discovery. Okay, so now we know what's OV. Okay, and then Discovery. Now when you go to the mall, Rahil, okay, now somebody, I'll let you borrow this one. You can explain that for them.
But everybody needs shirt.
Well, I mean, you're gonna rent it for $10 a day. I said it's available.
I can say whatever I want.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so, and Atlantis was OV-104, and the last one, which I had the pleasure of, the honor of participating in building it, was Endeavour, the 105. That's when I joined Rockwell in 1990, almost 1989, the end of 1989, November 1989. No. Okay, those 5. So we have 5. We built 5. We lost 2.
Okay.
The Challenger, we lost it in January '86. And Columbia, we lost it later on in February 2003. 2003. We lost that, and we talked about why we lost them and everything.
Yeah.
Now, so the only one which was assembled in California, in Palmdale, was actually Columbia. Everything else was assembled in Cape Canaveral at KSC, Kennedy Space Center. Assembled there, and we said we assembled it in the vertical building, the VAB, Vertical Assembly Building, VAB. Okay? And after we assemble everything together, okay, like that, and we put it on what I said, we put it on the crawler, okay, on big moving machine, transported for 3 miles away from the assembly building to go to the launch pad, 3 miles, okay, and the crawler was just walking very slowly. The 3 miles probably make it in 4 or 5 hours, okay, just to go there. The launch pad is away from the center where the people are there, okay. We cannot really launch it when the people are around. No, the launch will be like 3 miles away from the people. We were watching the launch, we were 3 miles away. You cannot get close to it. The bloom of the engine, the heat, the sonic, the vibration, you cannot stand that. Okay? And there is a control room in Kennedy Space Center, just watching or controlling the launch far away. So anyway, so it goes there, they put it on the launch pad and wait there for the right time when the window comes in to take off. Okay? So now let's take off now. All right? Now the space shuttle is ready. Okay? Of course, when they move it, the external tank, which is this one, as I said, it has hydrogen, liquid hydrogen, and liquid oxygen. Okay? When they move it on the crawler, this is empty. It's going to be very heavy. So after they put it over there in the launch pad, okay, so they start filling the external tank with the liquid hydrogen and liquid on the launch pad. Okay, now, and they check everything, all systems go, everything is working fine, stuff like that. And 2 or 3 hours before the launch, the astronauts come in, they put them in their suits, okay, and they have the directions. They just go there and go inside the space shuttle, okay, here, and sits in their seats, okay, and will be sitting vertically like that. Okay, they're gonna eventually gonna be sitting, going like that, comfortable, but they are actually will be sitting like that. 2 or 3 hours before the launch, they're gonna keep on sitting like that, up there, like that, okay? Now, we said that the main reason for space shuttle is just it transfers cargo to the space station. It transfers satellites, telescopes in the space station. So it's really a means of transportation. So where it carries the cargo, or the satellite, or the Hubble Space Telescope, which we heard about, is still over there. And satellites are dead, and bring them back from space to where? In something called the payload area. This here, those ones, they are open. Okay, all this area here, okay, it opens up like that and becomes like a bay. Okay, now they put all the cargo there, okay, and they enclose it, and then they took off. And when it goes in space, they open it and take the cargo out. That goes here, goes to the space station. Oh, we want to bring that satellite is no longer working, bring it back to fix it, okay, or deploy a satellite over there. Okay, so anyway, so we are on the launch pad now. Now we're gonna take off the right time. 3 hours, okay, they are sitting there for 3 hours. Now it is the time. So what happens now, getting ready to launch, okay? They time it. they say time minus so many seconds. So say t minus 16 means time for launch minus 16 seconds. It means that there is still 16 seconds for the launch to take off. So somebody's going to be counting. Nobody's there now. They're counting from the control room. Evacuate everything out. Nobody just go back. No way. Within 3 miles, nobody around it, around the launch. Okay, but all the counting and everything from the control room in the center, the KSC. Okay, T minus 16. T minus 16. Okay, now what happens at T minus 16? Okay, nozzles of water, gushing water, so much water, like douches, you know, like showers. Okay, 900,000 gallons per minute on the space shuttle, just going this. What is this one? Oh, just to protect the shuttle, because the sonic energy, when the engine starts, sonic energy can destroy the shuttle, can destroy it. So it's just cooling it off. So it's T minus 16. The nozzles start coming out, the water comes out. 16, T minus 15. They don't say T minus, I'm just telling you. 16, 15, 14, 13, and so on until they come to 6. SEX or SIX? SIX, okay? 6. T minus 6, okay? 6. Okay, initiate the main engines. Those main engines start, okay? And start to firing them, okay? 6, engines start. You can see unbelievable vibration. And the bloom, the flame coming out from it, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take off. 0, which is T minus 0, okay? At T minus 0, okay, T minus 0, what happens? The flames coming from the engine, okay, initiate the solid rocket booster, start firing them. And those are gonna be ignited. They get ignited and they burn 9 tons of fuel. 9 tons of fuel every second. Those two. The bloom, the fire coming from this one, ignite the solid rocket booster, and those are ready to go, and all of them just to go. Okay, so we are now going up.
Carrying over. Carrying over.
All of those things coming out. And we said the whole thing, now this one is already full. The whole assembly, all of those things weighs about 4.4 million pounds. So you can imagine how much thrust you want, how much power, how much force you need to go. And you are going against gravity too. You're not descending, you're going against. Gravity is trying to pull you, but you are trying to avoid, to resist. And that's why we said the engines, the main engine, is not enough to take it off. That's why we had the solid rocket booster. And we call it the booster, because it boosts the emission, the launch. It goes. So it goes like that, goes like that, and accelerates, getting faster and faster and faster and faster, up. Still, the astronaut still like that, and then start going like that, and getting speed, 10,000 miles, 11,000 miles per hour, 12,000 miles per hour, until it comes to the atmosphere of the Earth. To break the atmosphere, it needs to accelerate so much, accelerated to 25,000 miles per hour, to break into the atmosphere of the Earth, okay? And then decelerate again and start going. Average speed of about 17,400 miles per hour. Just going. Okay? Just going. Okay, now, after 2 minutes of the launch, since it took off, after 2 minutes, those two solid rocket boosters, this one, the white ones, okay, they separate and they fall down into the Atlantic Ocean. And later on, we collect them and we take them to Thiokol, which the company makes them, to refurbish them and everything. 2 minutes after launch, and it's going on. Okay, still the engines are still working, the main engines. Okay, until all the liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen finished. Okay, so the engine cannot really operate anymore. There is no fuel in there. Okay, and that happens after 9 minutes. That's main engine will cut off. That's what we call it. Main engine cut off. MECO. 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 9 minutes. After 9 minutes, the tank is empty. The engines are off. Okay, and the tank will be separated and falls into Calcutta in the Indian Ocean.
After 9 minutes, all of this separation happened.
Those, the first, the solid rocket booster, the white one, after 2 minutes in the Atlantic. The other one, after 9 minutes, the engine cut off, MECO, and that falls into the Indian Ocean. And we don't retrieve that. They don't retrieve it. It costs too much to retrieve it and bring it back to Florida. You know, it's not really worth it.
Just money inside what they are doing this time.
So now they are already in the launch. They are going now in their way.
What they are doing inside, just sitting. That's all.
No, that's going to their mission. They're going to go to when they go to the orbit, the right orbit. Okay, they're going to open the the payload. They deploy whatever they have the cargo there.
Out of the gravity.
Oh yeah, خلاص. Oh yeah, we are out of the gravity, okay? And they are going there. And how we direct it, now the engine, there's no engines anymore. There's something called Orbiter Maneuvering System, or OMS. They have something, small little engines in here, okay? Small little engine. They can direct it, up, down, right, left, small things, okay? And there's no gravity there. They're just going until they go to their destination, which could be space station, or whatever they want to do. They're gonna go to a certain latitude, okay, and open that stuff and deploy the satellite if they are carrying satellite. If they want to capture the satellite from Earth and put it back in here.
Somebody want to throw his wife.
Yes, and actually astronauts can go out. Astronauts can go out in space from there. They go out, okay, but they are actually being tied with a rope, umbilical cord. They are tied, otherwise they're gonna get lost. The umbilical cord. They can do things in the air, swimming in the air, repairing something, carrying something, delivering something in the air. That's called extra air activity or something like that. طبعا umbilical cord, yes. Yes, of course. Yes, umbilical cord, الحبل السري. That's a حبل السري, umbilical cord.
Otherwise they can be lost.
Okay, now the maximum speed, as I said, of this one after it breaks the Earth's atmosphere, 17,400 miles per hour. Okay. The speed of sound is 700 miles per hour. The speed of light, 1 million times the speed of sound, 700 times a million miles per hour. So they don't reach the speed of light, no way, okay? It's way above the speed of sound. Actually, 17,400 is almost like 10 times the speed of a bullet on the Earth. See how the speed of the bullet on the Earth? The space shuttle travels by 10 times as fast as it is. Okay, now, finish the mission, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days, 11 days, whatever it is, and now it's the time to come back. They're gonna come back, okay? Now they are coming back to the gravity now, okay? And no engines except the maneuvering system, okay? And comes back, and when it comes back, it gets so hot when they really enter the atmosphere of the Earth. It gets so hot. That's why we have to protect the whole thing here with thermal protection system, TPS, tiles, which can withstand thousands of degrees Fahrenheit, especially the wings and underneath the shuttle. Okay, underneath the silica tiles there. Here is the carbon tiles, okay, on here and here on the wing. It gets so hot. And if this is intact, it will glide nicely and comes out with a speed 15,000 miles per hour. Ooh, until touchdown, and just keep on going. But we deploy parachutes, 3 parachutes, okay, to make it stop. All right, you guys go to Google and say STS whatever, and watch it. Watch one launch. You will see all of those things. What I'm telling you about. When it starts going off, those separates, and then it separates, and then glides and come back and land. And you see the parachutes. It's available. I didn't say any classified information. It's all in public information. Everything, okay? Now, what is the function? So what the space shuttle is telling us? What it's doing? What is the function of it? Okay? So many things. Okay, we said it is, they can do experimental in space, experimental research in science, in astronomy, in space physics, in crystal growth. Crystal growth used to make medicines, okay? It provides also crew rotation. It takes astronauts to the space station, new astronauts, and bring the old one, which has been there for a few months. Shift, takes crew and come back. Can deploy payload, satellites, cameras, telescopes, whatever it is, and bring anything which needs to be repaired, okay? And that was the mission of the space station, okay? So now, when you look at this one here, let's see. I don't see any pretty one here, but anyway, I'm gonna. I have to look at you guys. I'm sorry. No, I have to. Now I am not gonna aghud al-basar. I'm gonna look at you in the eyes. Okay. Okay. So let's see that. OV-103. This means orbital vehicle discovery, right? Okay. STS 124. What's STS? Space Transportation System 124. The Space Transportation System mission number 124. That's the number of the mission. Okay? And then they put a logo like that. Okay? This is actually the names of the astronauts on that particular mission. 4. Okay? I went to watch this one. They invited me, I took my daughter and we went there, which is called the Launch Honoree. They selected few people from there, okay, and we went to Florida for 1 week, royal treatment, to watch the launch. And we watched it 3 miles away, okay, and we had a really wonderful time. We didn't pay anything. Everything was fully paid. Well, we stayed in beautiful resorts and took us center and give us gifts and stuff like that, and give me this one too. Okay, so now we know everything. Now you know when you take this one, go to the mall, Rahil, right? Everything.
You have to give each one of us 1 shirt. Yeah.
They only give me one.
Huh? I need a polo.
Well, you need a polo. I know you need a polo.
He needs one STS 420.
Huh?
He needs STS 420.
There's no 420. The last one, 135. And I said the last one was Atlantis 135. Okay, so we lost the 2 shuttles. Where are the other 3? Now, where are they? Atlantis was the last one who made the mission, was STS 135. It landed in Space Center in Florida, and it stays there in the museum.
I saw one here.
Hang on a second. So that's Atlantis in Florida, okay? Endeavor, that's what he saw in here. Endeavour, which we built it, okay, and it actually landed in Florida also, but we brought it back into California. It's a museum. They are all museum items. Okay.
There's a museum in Alabama too.
The third one, which is Discovery. Discovery is in the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. They are actually in as museum pieces over there. You can go and watch them. Actually, Endeavour is already in the Science Center, right, in the California Science Center, okay? And they're gonna move it soon. If you really want to take a look at it, go before the end of the year. I think البنفيت من الكلام ده كله, okay? We are trying to motivate the people to be explorer, especially the young, okay? To be explorer, to be leaders, okay, in space exploration, okay? This machine actually is really providing us with so many information we can gather from space, okay? And we can see whether we really can live in space, okay? Because maybe the land will be not enough for us. That's all imagination, of course. Can we live in space over there or not? Okay. Also, it's a show off, okay, among the whole world that, you know, we are the pioneers. And we spent $200 billion on this one.
This amount of money,
okay,
this
is too much. Okay, and we want urge the young to come to that career and study physics and astronomy and math and material science and all of those things. It's an incentive for our kids to know those things.
Let me say something.
The one you were asking, right? You won't be able to talk to somebody in Cairo today very easily, if not for this space program.
Yeah, but there is hits in my mind yesterday.
There's a lot of
What
other
Ibrahim is
benefits.
saying, how our Islam is great, our Rasul is great. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without all of this money, without all of this work for millions of billions of dollars, Rasulullah, Allah took him up to the seventh heaven. ولقد رأى من آيات ربه.
But we don't have Rasulullah now.
ما أنا عارف بس أنت لازم you have to compare بقى. What is the point of what you're saying? It's knowledge. It's your field.
Yeah, this is science.
It's good to know.
This is science.
It's good to know. But أنا for myself personally, when I read the Quran, I understand the tafsir, which is nobody can understand what I know. According to my knowledge, subhanallah, Allah is great. Rasulullah is great. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have the best, and alhamdulillah, we learn from that. Allah is capable. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى.
But Sheikh, see, if just like in Islam,
Yeah.
right? If you don't seek the knowledge, Allah is not going to give it to you.
I'm not against ده بقول لك ده
That's why the seeking
yeah, I'm not
knowledge
against
is
ده
also
بالعكس.
knowledge, yeah.
أنا استفدت من ده إني I compare what the doctor is saying with numbers and the time and the work, a lot of like this, and could be yes or no. Like, and that's why two of them just Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In part of the night, Allah took him and bring him back.
Right. But Allah.
Now, we have to relate this, we have to link this knowledge to, because they said Rasulullah was Bedouin, he used to live in the desert, camel. No. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he saw too many things we're never gonna see. قال اللهم اهد قومي فإنهم لا يعلمون. Allah gave my people because they don't know what I know.
And Allah also said, وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. So we're trying.
Yeah, that's
okay?
so.
And Allah also said so many ألا تتفكرون ألا تعلمون ألا تذكرون. Allah wants us to think. Okay, there are so many things beyond our understanding, and that's where Al-Quran and the Sunnah comes in, like Al-Isra al-Ma'raj. But those are in our capability. Okay, in our capability.
يعلمون الظاهرة من الحياة الدنيا.
That's it. But believe me, when you see the construction of the space shuttle, you say it cannot be done by a man. No, it's absolutely marvelous machine. Okay. And I went on it, so many times on the space shuttle, because after it comes back, we bring it back in here in Palmdale and we make the maintenance for it and prepare it for the next mission. Okay, we repair tires, we painting and all of that, we make sure everything. So I was there so many times in Palmdale, okay, and going on a payload and going to the crew compartment and we check everything. And you see the plumbing system and the wiring system, and you cannot imagine how this can be done. It took them about 3 years to build this one. 3 years. And thousands of people were working on it, not only in Rockwell, in other subcontractors, so many of them. So, okay, Al-Quran and the Sunnah is uncomparable. We cannot compare because this is Allah is doing those things. What we are doing is Allah just gave us some information to use it, or some knowledge to use it, okay? Because He wants our mind to be working. He wants our mind to be thinking. And He said, and when we know those things and we do that, we realize how great Allah and Subhanahu and Sayyidina Muhammad was.
And that's kun fayakun.
That's it.
La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
All right, now go to the last part now. Now we have a means to go to space, not to the deep space, to the low space. Okay, now we think about it. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing? All right, let's build a house in space and start people thinking about it. Reagan started talking about it. He said, why don't we build a space station? In 1984, he started saying that let's build a space station in space where we have people there, living there. We see how they can live, how long they can survive. Can they eat? Can they drink? Can they make experiments? Can they explore things in space? And so on. So in 1984, Reagan gave the permission to the Congress, okay, and the Congress approved to build what they call it space station. Not international, space station. Okay, they start working on it in 1984. That's when President Reagan gave the order. Okay. Who is going to be participating in building all the pieces of the space station? Okay. So many agencies, like United States, of course, Canada, Japan, and different countries from Europe. Those are participants. Okay, and the program was from 1984 to 1993. That's building the space station. In 1993, Russia was invited to participate, to become one member also, okay? And there was a space station at that time, it's called the Mir, M-I-R. That was a Russian one. So what happens is the United States and Russia, okay, they have a contract with each other who said, okay, the United States told Russia, okay, we're gonna go to Mir, okay, and we're gonna modify it a little bit. So they called that phase called NASA Mir phase, both of them. Okay, then later on, okay, so many agencies, 5 agencies, as I said, Canadian Space Agency, European Space Agency, Japan, okay, NASA, and the State Space Corporation are participants in those things. So it's really bringing people from all over the world, okay, crew from all over the world. Each country will make some hardware and deliver it to build. So it's actually, it's a cooperative piece of work. That's what we call it, the International Space Station. International, so many things, which is good, bringing people from different countries to work together as a team. So we built that one, okay? It has been there already so far 24 years in orbit, 24 years so far, okay? And about 200 astronauts, or more than 200, already visited that space station. How they go there? By space shuttle, of course. They go there and they can stay there, okay? Doing experiment and all of that stuff, okay? Each country will be responsible to build their part of the hardware and bring it and assemble it. How will they assemble it? They assemble it by sending robots, and sometimes human also in space to put things together. The space station, big, so fat, so wide. The size of it is almost like a football field. Football field, the size of it, so huge, so huge. Okay, it has solar arrays which provide the power. Okay, that solar arrays can give you 735,000 kilowatt hour per year. Huge. Okay, anyway, the volume of it, the space volume, is about 900 cubic meter. Okay, is it stationary? No, it's moving. Moving same as fast as the space shuttle. 17,400 miles per hour. It's moving also. You can see it. You can see it because it's not really very high. Probably 100 miles away from Earth. You can see it in dawn and in dusk. Morning and afternoon. You can see it in the sky. If you really look, sometimes when it's in the right position, you can see it. Okay? The astronauts there, which are living, they have internet, they have TVs, they have laptops, they can contact, they can,
Facebook and Twitter.
oh, if they have internet, yes. Okay. Oh, now probably they have that. They have the internet. They can talk to their family from there, so they're always in contact with their family. Yes.
They are only the men, or
No, men and women. Yeah, of course.
they are making cookie also.
Yeah.
They're testing.
Yeah.
ده يهمك تيمم.
Yeah. If they can, yeah.
If they are masjid, they have to pay.
If they can. Okay. It orbits again the same latitude, about 100, 200 miles. Okay. And this is again, as we said, it's a motivation for the young to build a career in space science, in mathematics, in engineering, in technology, and all of that stuff. Okay. And material science, they're gonna have research in material science. Okay. And they know how to grow crystals, single crystals. Single crystals are very important because they are used to fabricate or manufacture medications. Okay. And they are all over there and rotate the astronauts. Some astronauts stay there for few months. Okay, there's actually, it can hold up till 9 people. There are 7 people over there continuously sitting, living there. Okay, I do. But not in the middle of my sentence. Okay, let me finish my sentence and ask me the question.
خلص عشان احنا بقالنا ساعة بدنا نتعب.
Okay. اللي تعبان يمشي. Okay.
هنمشي يعني؟
لا تمشيش يا دكتور ولا حاجة.
حاضر يا باشا. هنمشي يعني.
لا لو انتوا زهقانين قولوا لي يا جماعه يعني
احنا بقالنا ساعة نخلص يلا خلص
ما
المحاضرة.
جراش حاجه احنا بنقعد اكتر من كده.
Very important question.
What's that?
Let him finish.
ما هي دي سواء
When
200
the people.
Give me a chance to finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay?
يلا يا عم.
Okay, doctor.
I'm done.
Okay, when the people want to go there, they have to pay the some kind of to take him to there, and there's a limit of the age also requirement.
Age?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to be healthy to go there because you're going to be living on no gravity. You have to be healthy.
So there's
All of those are young people going there. So they're not going to take one like you or me, 60 something, 70 years old. No, they cannot go.
That's what I'm asking you.
No, yes, they have to be young and healthy. And there are so many medical checkups being done on them before.
That's the main question.
And training also. How to live in no gravity and stuff like that.
If you go there ملك الموت ملك الموت will see you there like
They
Sayyid
say-
إدريس.
Okay, yeah.
They say actually people coming from the space station to Earth, they feel younger. Then they feel younger. 0.05 seconds younger than if they were here. They feel young. Their flesh, their body, it's much better. Looks much younger. Okay. That's the secret of the space. I don't really know why, but that's actually observation. They have astronauts, so when they came back, they feel much younger. And when they come back, they put them in quarantine, of course, for 2-3 weeks because maybe they are carrying some diseases. They don't see their family right away. They put them in quarantine for 2-3 weeks.
وبعدين لو عايز تاخد اسئله
any more questions?
So there.
خلينا في البداية دكتور الأول عشان طويل كده.
هنقول الدعاء.
Is that?
Let me say الدعاء. Let me say الدعاء.
وبعدين أسألك خلص.
Is there so far anybody die so far there? Anybody? You have.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
No, that's what I'm asking you.
I don't really know, and I don't think so.
Oh,
اللهم إني لا أفهم منه.
why you don't think so? Because the malakul maut.
هو اللي بيطوله مش أنا اللي بطول.
ملك الموت yeah, you're gonna see them there. It's good. يعني they said that Idris will not come to the earth. You make it easy for him.
It look like
In the middle of the way.
I'm really sorry, you guys, that I'm spending too much time on this one, and you don't really appreciate. I'm really sorry. I am trying. I'm dying. I am dying فأمنه. Let me. انتوا اللي بتطولوا. You are the ones. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. اللهم ذكرنا ما نسينا واحفظ علينا ما علمتنا وزدنا علما. اللهم ارزقنا العلم النافع الذي يقربنا منك وينفعنا في حياتنا الدنيا ويؤنس وحدتنا بها. اللهم علمنا ما جهلنا وذكرنا ما نسينا وافتح علينا من بركات السماء والأرض إنك أنت السميع العليم. اللهم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم يا حي يا قيوم أكرمنا بجودة الحفظ وسرعة الفهم وارزقنا الحكمة والمعرفة والعلم والحلم. اللهم نور بالكتاب بصري أو بصرنا واشرح به صدورنا واستعمل به أبداننا واطلق به ألسنتنا وقوي به عزيمتنا بحولك وقوتك فإنه لا حول ولا قوة إلا بك يا أرحم الراحمين. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.